Breaking news, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas front office just dropped a bombshell, cutting 15 players from the roster. We're talking big names, shocking decisions, and major implications for America's team. Viliami Fehoko, Eric Scott, Willie Harvey, all gone. But what does this mean for the Cowboys' Super Bowl dreams? Stick around because we're diving deep into this roster shakeup that's got the whole NFL talking. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Grab your jerseys and hold onto your hats, because we've got a lot to unpack today. The Dallas Cowboys have just made some major moves, cutting 15 players from their roster. This is huge, folks. We're talking about a significant shakeup that's going to have ripple effects throughout the team and potentially the entire league. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but YouTuber name, isn't this just standard procedure? Well, yes and no. While it's true that teams often make cuts as they fine-tune their rosters, the scale and timing of these cuts are definitely worth talking about. Let's dive into the details, starting with some of the big names that have been affected by this decision. First up, we've got Viliami Fehoko. Now, if you've been following the Cowboys draft picks, you'll remember that Fehoko was a fourth-round selection in the 2023 NFL Draft. Coming out of San Jose State, this defensive end had a lot of promise. He was known for his versatility and his ability to disrupt offenses. Many fans and analysts alike were excited to see what he could bring to the Cowboys' defense. But here's the thing, folks. The NFL is a tough business, and sometimes even promising rookies don't make the cut. It's a testament to the level of competition in the league and the high standards that teams like the Cowboys maintain. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean Fehoko's NFL dream is over. There's still a chance he could be picked up by another team or even make it onto the Cowboys practice squad. We'll be keeping a close eye on his situation as it develops. Next on the list is Eric Scott. Scott, a cornerback out of Southern Mississippi, was the Cowboys' sixth-round pick in the 2023 draft. He was brought in to bolster the secondary, and many fans were excited about his potential. Scott had shown flashes of brilliance during his college career, with impressive stats and a knack for making big plays. However, it seems that the Cowboys' coaching staff felt that he wasn't quite ready for the big leagues just yet. This decision to cut Scott raises some interesting questions about the Cowboys' secondary. Are they confident in their current cornerback roster? Or could this be a sign that they're looking to make some moves in free agency? It's too early to say for sure, but you can bet that Cowboys fans and NFL analysts will be speculating about this for weeks to come. The third big name on this list of cuts is Willie Harvey. Now, Harvey's situation is a bit different from Fehoko and Scott. He's not a rookie, but rather a journeyman linebacker who's been bouncing around the league since 2019. Harvey had signed with the Cowboys as a free agent earlier this year, hoping to find a home with America's team. Unfortunately, it looks like that dream has been cut short. Harvey's release is a reminder of just how competitive the NFL can be, especially for players trying to secure a spot on a high-profile team like the Cowboys. It's not just about talent, it's about fit, timing, and sometimes just plain luck. While it's disappointing for Harvey, this could open up opportunities for other linebackers on the team to step up and prove their worth. Now, let's talk about what these cuts mean for the Cowboys as a whole. First and foremost, it's a clear signal that the coaching staff and management are not satisfied with the status quo. They're willing to make tough decisions and shake things up if they think it will improve the team's chances of success. This kind of bold decision-making is exactly what you want to see from a team with Super Bowl aspirations. But it's not just about improving the team on the field. These cuts also have significant implications for the Cowboys' salary cap situation. By releasing these players, the team frees up valuable cap space that can be used to sign free agents, extend contracts of key players, or even make trades. In the modern NFL, managing the salary cap is almost as important as managing the team on the field, and these moves show that the Cowboys are thinking strategically about both. Of course, we can't ignore the human element in all of this. For the 15 players who have been cut, this is a major setback in their careers and their lives. Many of these guys have been dreaming of playing in the NFL since they were kids, and to have that dream put on hold or potentially ended is tough. As fans, we should remember that these are real people with real lives and families, not just names on a roster. At the same time, this is an opportunity for other players on the Cowboys roster. With these 15 spots now open, there's a chance for some of the team's depth players to step up and prove themselves. We could see some unexpected names making big contributions this season as a result of these cuts. So what's next for the Cowboys? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? With training camp in full swing and the regular season just around the corner, the team will need to move quickly to fill these roster spots. We could see some interesting signings in the coming days and weeks as the Cowboys look to shore up their roster. One area to keep an eye on is the defensive line. With Fehoko's release, there might be a need for additional depth at that position. Could we see the Cowboys make a move for a veteran free agent? Or will they trust in their current roster to step up and fill the gap? The secondary is another area of interest, especially with Scott's release. The Cowboys have invested heavily in their secondary in recent years, but there's always room for improvement. Don't be surprised if we see some movement in this area, either through free agency or potential trades. As for the linebacker position, Harvey's release might not have as big an impact, given the Cowboys' depth at that spot. However, it could open up opportunities for some of the younger players on the roster to get more playing time and prove themselves. Now I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. What do you think about these cuts? Are you surprised by any of the names on the list? Who do you think the Cowboys should target to fill these roster spots? Let me know in the comments below. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what these roster moves mean for the Cowboys' upcoming season. It's clear that the team is not resting on its laurels. They're actively working to improve and refine their roster, even if it means making some tough decisions. This kind of aggressive management is what separates good teams from great ones, and it's a positive sign for Cowboys fans everywhere. Remember, folks, the NFL is a constantly evolving league. What looks like a setback today could turn into an opportunity tomorrow. These cuts might be disappointing in the short term, but they could pave the way for the Cowboys to build an even stronger, more cohesive team in the long run. As we look ahead to the regular season, these roster moves add an extra layer of intrigue to the Cowboys' upcoming games. Will we see new faces stepping up and making big plays? How will the team's chemistry be affected? These are the questions that make football so exciting, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out.